Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Lifestyle Gamers, and welcome. So today I'm playing a little bit more Airsoft, and we're going to get straight into the action. Now the first objective of the day was to take and hold the pub. Holding the pub would allow the team for the rest of the day to use this as their base of operations. The only problem is the enemy team are very eager to take it, and they're just on the other side of this room. My teammate finds it out, I'm going to pop out and try to get the guy who gets him. Now I've taken him, I spot another in the window behind my teammate. I'm going to decide to push out there and buy my team some time to take this room. So taking 3 enemy players out should buy them enough time to actually take that and get them away from them windows. Now I'm trying a little bit of a different approach. I'm sneaking up behind some enemy teammates and I'm going to infiltrate through the embassy. As you can see here, just meters away from me, walking past completely oblivious. And I'm just going to let them be and try to sneak behind them. But I spot 2 players here sitting down, possibly out of play, put 2 shots to be sure, and a 3rd player engages me. So I put rounds on him, take him out, and put more suppressive on the players that just passed me. Now I've broken the contact, I'm going to head straight for the embassy and get some cover with inside. But don't be mistaken, now I'm inside, I am not out of the hot water yet. I'm in a strange position between the enemy lines, and this building is crawling with them. The eastern side is covered with windows, and they're using them to suppress the pub. And thank God they're shouting, it covers my approach very nicely, and I managed to take another one out of the window, catch his buddy, and a 3rd one out the other window until a teammate throws in a grenade and it takes me out. But luckily enough, he came and revived me, so I could continue on. Now for the next objective we had to take D4, and to do this I decided to go on a long flank, hide behind their spawn, and then cut down the back. And if I got spotted at any point on this, it would probably mean my death. So as I decided to creep up, even a dead player would be a problem. It means that if he spotted me, he might try to come back and get me at that position, so I just waited for the time to pass. And once it passed, I continued to move on, and I got my first eyes on a massive horde of yellow players. The only problem was, they were directly in the road between the objective, so I decided to stalk a little bit closer and keep an eye on them. I really need a window of opportunity to actually get across into them buildings. At the moment, it looks like D4 is out of the question. I'm going to have to settle for its neighbouring building next door. As you can see, they're crossing the open there. I'm going to try to creep a little bit closer, get to that building. Now I've spotted a single player on his own. He could be out of play at the moment, so I just checked him. Yeah, he looked like he was out of play. I advanced a little bit further, and then he looked like he raised his gun. So I was not sure, and I think it was a safer bet to try to eliminate him out. So there we go. So we need to push across the field and then get inside the back of this building. Now using the bush as a blind spot, it should provide me with enough cover. But looking left and right, I do spot a few guys in the trees to my right, but coming in from this angle should give me a bit of an element of surprise, and it does. Taking 3 out at the window and then 2 on the inside buys me enough time to get around the back and try for the main entrance. Now the problem is I'm in a situation where I'm coming in from the enemy's angle and my team are probably somewhere on the other side of this building, so I've got to be careful, but at the same time I don't want to get killed by a teammate or get killed by mistaking an enemy as a teammate as well. So I'm going to be careful. I'm going to risk the staircase, not check behind me. Heard it was quite quiet. So there we go, I'm just calming my breathing, trying to move upstairs as stable as possible and listen to the sounds in these buildings. You've got BBs rolling around, you've got glass, but this one was surprisingly quiet. And I thought to myself, I may have just entered an empty building. And I might not be able to provide the team with as much help that I actually wanted to do from this angle. I spot a marshal. Where there's a marshal, there's normally some action going on, so something's going on around here. Must have to be careful. Now we're entering one of the larger rooms. Now these have a hallway that sort of segregates them in the middle, but up through them windows there is a hill, and players can fire down from them. Hang on, that's a bit of fire. So there is someone close by, we're going to have to be careful here. I can hear some footsteps from the room on the end of the corridor. You can also see the shadow cast by the door is changing. So I'm going to prime a grenade and get it in there. But the guy tries to play it smart, and he closes the door. So I follow in my grenade, eliminate a 3rd player, and then I realise the worst thing possible, they're on my team, and I've just team killed 3 of them. So I felt very bad and revived them back up, got them back into the fight, and I proceeded to the other side of the building. So the idea from here was to try to break out of here, loop back around, and get into the building across the way. You can see these many dead players below us in the trees, but I don't want to go the direct approach. I need to loop around or find another way. But then I hear some talking in the bushes below, and I'm lucky enough to stumble across some enemy players down here. So with a few nice well-played shot there, we managed to get a few of them. Good stuff. Now we're heading around on another large flank to try to get into the back of the building again, this time cutting it close behind the lines of where their spawn is going to be. So I managed to get past that point, and we've got a first contact coming up, caught by surprise. I'm going to hop into the building, and we've got a dead man coming from the room on the right. Now I thought there was more on the right as well, so I decided to put a bit of fire as I moved across. Luckily there was no one there, but I may have just given away my position. So as from before, you may have saw from the window, there was a few dead guys in the bush, and this is the building they were flowing out of. So will they still be in here to actually kill, or will the situation would have changed so much since I took about 5 or 6 minutes flanking that everyone is going to be a bit more fluid. So we've got more noise coming from that end room. Check the corridor, cross in, catch another yellow by surprise. Using this sort of flank to our advantage, we're really catching a lot of enemy players off guard, and even worse is there's a lot of medics being yelled in this building now, so it's really starting to compromise my location. Enemy player down the corridor, not gonna shoot. Dispatch another 2 players in this room, and then I'm gonna cross out left and try to get down the main corridor. But to my surprise, I'm blinded by a light, can't get an accurate shot, and I am killed. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.